At the beginning of the story, we see the mountains where the sun was rising. Then a young boy comes out of his small house and with a smile starts his cleaning work by picking up a broom. The boy gives his introduction. His name is Yongkai and he is a disciple of a sect named High Heaven Pavilion. It has been 3 years since Yongkai has been training here, but despite this he has been able to reach only Tempered Body 3rd stage. It is a shame that it took 3 years to reach Tempered Body 3rd, it lacks his potential. This is why the other students of the sect make fun of him. The students who joined with Yongkai have reached far ahead today and have been taken in very big sects. For this reason, Yongkai had no choice but to train while doing cleaning work. High Heaven Pavilion is quite different from other sects because the competition among the students here is very intense. Here the strong lead the way and the weak are crushed. This is the rule for thousands of years. In other sects there is at least friendship between the students, but it is not at all in High Heaven Pavilion. If you wish to climb high, you should literally be stepping on the shoulders of your brother disciples to be qualified. High Heaven Pavilion have a rule that disciples younger than 14 can join High Heaven Pavilion regardless of their family background. In these 3 years, the sect fully sponsors the disciples, they just have to train hard. If you can break through past the Tempered Body stage within the 3 years, then you'll be accepted into other renowned sects and branch with powerful masters and become their disciples. But of course, you're allowed to train on your own if you wish to. This is one of the flexibilities of High Heaven Pavilion. But for those who fail to break through, they will be forced to leave, or they be demoted to trial disciple. The entire High Heaven Pavilion consists of 3,000 disciples, while the number of trial disciples can be counted on one's hands. Despite such bad circumstances, Yongkai is very determined and thinks that human life is very short, so he should never give up. Only then many students come there and surround him and start narrating the opposite. Yongkai does not pay attention to them and starts meditating. Those students want to challenge Yongkai in weekly challenges because they think Yongkai is weakling and they can easily win with him and get free points. But Yong closed his eyes, didn't listen to their bullshit. Just then the bell rings and Yongkai opens his eyes. Immediately after, all the students started fighting themselves to get the chance to challenge Yongkai. But Yongkai tosses a broom into the air after it falls in the direction of a fat boy. He comes towards and the fat boy becomes overjoyed, after which a fight begins between the trial disciple Yongkai and the ordinary disciple Ding Jun. In High Heaven Pavilion, disciples are categorized as a such trial disciple. Upper than that is ordinary disciple and lower base disciple. Elite disciple and most upper is core disciple. The core disciples will be chosen from the elite disciples, who will eventually be leading High Heaven Pavilion. Ding Jun might be an ordinary disciple, but he has yet to be accepted into other sects. After which Yongkai starts attacking through a technique called long punch and Ding Jun starts dodging and hits him with a tremendous kick on his stomach, due to which Yongkai's condition worsens. After which Ding Jun tries to hit him with a powerful stance, but Yongkai dodges such a way that the boy gets shocked. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Yongkai bends down and tries to punch him. Ding Jun understands that he is trapped, but now he has no other way out. He moves his punch forward, confronts him. Unfortunately, Yongkai's cultivation level was too low, so he can't face it and falls to the ground. The boy thinks he has won. But then Yongkai stands up again and hits him with a leg whip. Ding Jun is shocked and wonders if the leg whip can be done this way too. But Ding Jun again blocks his attack and throws it out on the ground. Yongkai was coming and falling again and again on ground, but was not taking the name of agreeing losing. Yongkai was about to die but was not giving up. At last Ding Jun decides to make him unconscious. All this was seen by a girl standing on a tree. She writes in her book that today in weekly challenges Yongkai is defeated again. She is from High Heaven Pavilion's Dark Hall as a special task force. It is under jurisdiction of the Third Elder. They are to record everything that happens within the walls, including the duels of every disciple. There is no one is to worry about not prove their wins, for in the shadows Dark Hall disciples will record them down for you and summarize your monthly records. In her book, Yongkai has failed every time, include this time 14. Yongkai wakes up and wonders how I got under this tree. Then he sees blood coating cream in his pocket, which costs 10 contribution points, and Yongkai can't buy it even after doing a whole month of cleaning work. Yongkai didn't know who gave him this medicine, but he thanks him. Yongkai comes back to his home and falls asleep by applying some cream on his wound. He has a strange dream where he sees he can easily defeat his opponents. At the same time, energy of black color enters Yongkai's body, and his sleep is broken. He is shocked to see that he has slept only for 2 hours. Yongkai picks up a black colored stone and thinks how it lost weight. Then that black-colored stone turns into a book from inside which evil energy was coming out. He picks up that book and sees the book is completely blank and its pages can be easily torn. Young Kai get this stone from the mountains when he went hunting. He wonders what could be the use of this blank book, but only then he sees some letters written in golden color, after which he immediately closes that book because those letters had a very dangerous aura. Young Kai gathering his courage, he opens that book again. He sees that indomitable spirit will descend and wonders if it is related to his dream. He comes to know that this book is asking for his blood to activate. Young Kai drops a drop of blood on that book, after which a black hole-like thing is formed in that book and a golden color skeleton come out. Skeleton was laughing, so he thinks he's making fun of him. Young Kai tries to hold him, but the skeleton goes inside him. Young Kai falls on his knees and all the bones in his body are broken. He is in excruciating pain. The golden immortal skeleton want to control Young Kai, but he does not allow it to happen. A lot of time passes and Young Kai wakes up and sees that there is no pain in his body. He was able to feel great strength in his body, such strength that he had never felt before. All his injuries are healed, but he was still in tempered body 3rd stage. Only then he wanted to find that black book. That book was disappearing on his own will and coming back. This book was made from soul stone. Only when hundreds of millions of ghosts gather in the abyss, and with the help of vast amounts of human vitality, will a soul stone be created. Since he owned this piece of treasure, it means that not only will he be able to easily crush High Heaven Pavilion, but he can even defeat every master in this entire world. But Young Kai doesn't have enough strength to protect this treasure. That's why he has to train so that he can become strong. When he has got this book and there are still many pages left in it, that's why he should read it well and has to be used. He comes to know how he can break through tempered body. He gets a technique. Young Kai has to train in the morning looking towards the east when the sun is rising. That means he has just there is half an hour in the morning for training. After this he sees that it is late night and goes to sleep. Wakes up next morning and starts training at sunrise, but after a while his back starts hurting. He thinks it's just the first 3 steps of 6 palm instruction written in the book, and this is not even a % breakthrough from his tempered body. After which he musters up the courage and tries again. He trains continuously for the next half an hour, and he starts to feel that he is close to breakthrough tempered body 3rd to 4th. He becomes very happy because it took him 3 years to reach tempered body 3rd, and now he is able to break through in just half an hour. Only then he would have vomited and finds that all his body impurities have come out. People who practice tempered body cultivation see impurities coming out at every breakthrough. Young Kai's fellow has happened this, but never before so much. Young Kai thinks he has already ranked up and has a breakthrough, but he hasn't made any real progress in tempered body's fist technique. Makes him happy to think that he has only made 1% progress so far. What will happen when he will make 100 progress and breakthrough from tempered body? Now we see that beautiful girl who starts laughing because Young Kai was cleaning the same place continuously for 1 hour. He was thinking that tempered body technique written in that book is real, but he can only train in the morning half an hour. What can he do all day? Then a student accidentally collides with Young Kai and falls down. He starts thinking how Young Kai became so powerful. After which that student starts running away from there. Young Kai asks him, "Where are you going?" That boy tells that he is going towards the contribution hall. On the 8th day of every month, every disciple's contribution points will be released. Hence the contribution hall would be crowded with disciples flocking to collect their points. Young Kai thinks that he gets 10 points for cleaning work, but 1 point is deducted for losing in every fight. And Young Kai has lost 6 times in this month. That's why Young Kai is a little disappointed and continues his cleaning work, and he will go to the contribution hall later. Now he reaches the contribution hall and sees that the elder working there, whose name was Treasurer Meng. He is thinking about female student and acting strangely. Young Kai stops him and calls him. That elder also knew Young Kai as well. Young Kai exchanged 1 contribution point for 10 pieces of silver, that is the usual for Young Kai in every month. After which Young Kai asked that old man how much contribution point he has now. Treasurer Meng explained that every month Young Kai end up with 4 contribution point, and after exchanging for silver he has 3 contribution point. And after including all Young Kai savings he has 12 contribution point. Treasurer Meng asked him if he want to change with blood coating cream. But Young Kai refused to it, thinking that in 12 contribution point he can't even buy good herbs. Meng tried to convince Young Kai that he should give up on savings to buy tempered essence palette, because how much time he can wait on hat to increase his cultivation speed. Yang Kai said that I will eventually succeed. Meng says that with Yang Kai's cultivation speed he have died years ago. Yang Kai asked him how precious tempered essence palette is, but still show up in contribution hall. And not anyone have buy till now. Meng explained that it is his personal treasure and he didn't reveal to anyone other than Yang Kai. Yang Kai is shocked to hear this. Meng tells him that there is no need to be angry. He gives him the tempered essence palette in the same contribution points as he talked about earlier. Yang Kai says that he will definitely buy it, and starts going from there. Meng asks him that he heard Yang Kai got beaten up again today. He calls Yang Kai to talk, but he starts to leave. Meng tells him that High Heaven Pavilion is not for him. He should go back where he came from or else one day he will lose his life. Yang Kai says that he has no place to go back, and leaves, after which we learn that Treasurer Meng has no tempered essence palette. He is just lying so that Yang Kai can move on and not give up hope of growing. After which Yang Kai was passing through Black Plum Village. Then he thinks that whenever he passes through here he always gets nervous, but this time he is not. And maybe it's because of Golden Skeleton. Then he sees some boys standing there. One of them was also a student of High Heaven Pavilion. And one guy looks at Yang Kai very angrily. But Yang Kai doesn't care and starts leaving. Yang Kai reaches a shop and has to buy rice. The woman selling rice asks him that you buy so little rice every month. Do you survive on this much? Yang Kai says that it is barely possible. That woman learns that Yang Kai is lying. Yang Kai pretends that he sometimes goes for hunting. Then the owner of that shop tells his wife to give the old kept rice to Yang Kai. Yang Kai refuses to take it, but that woman makes an excuse that the rice is infested with insects so we cannot sell it to the people. And those insects are more nutritious than rice, after which she starts going to get rice. Yang Kai thinks that whenever he come here to buy rice, the shop owner and his wife lie and give him more rice. While the rice is not spoiled or not old at all. Only then those two boys reach there whom Yang Kai saw on the way. The servant goes to them, but they both push that servant down. One of them calls the owner of the shop and accuses him, saying that he has sold the poisoned rice to his brother, because of which his brother has become very weak. Before he was very strong, now he is like an old man. After eating rice from this shop, owner has done a lot of wrong to earn profit. The owner of that shop refuses to accept this allegation. The boy says that this morning my brother bought rice from your shop and now its condition has become such. It is good that I did not eat that rice, otherwise today I would have been in a condition to die. The shop owner tells him that maybe he has misunderstood. The boy says very angrily that he has not misunderstood slightly. Yang Kai tries to stop him, but the owner of the shop stops Yang Kai and says that even if I suffer loss today I don't want any misfortune. The owner of that shop says that whatever has happened to them, but in this is rice or he has no fault. The boy gets very angry after hearing this. The shop owner immediately tells him that but when you guys come here, then we will take your brother to the doctor and I will pay for it. Hearing this, the boy gets more angry and says to the owner of that store that have you taken us as robbers? The boy says that we are very good humans. We have never done anything wrong, but here you are selling poisoned rice. Who will pay the price for it? Yang Kai thinks that this boy misunderstands himself as good person. The shop owner asks what more he can do. Then there comes a disciple of High Heaven Pavilion whom Yang Kai saw on the way with those boys. Yang Kai understands that these boys are together and about to do something wrong. That boy tells the disciple that why is he roaming there. That disciple asks the boy why he is feeling so ill. Is he poisoned? The boy angrily says what is not clear. We have come here to warn everyone about the dangerous activities of this shop. We only want to warn the black-hearted owner of this shop. Want to bring to the fore. Yang Kai asks the shop owner if he has ever troubled this boy. The shop owner denies. Yang Kai says, is it that your shop is stopping someone else from earning money? The owner says, here we just sell only the things to run life. How can we stop anyone from making money? Only then that disciple attacks that poised man. But that boy escapes from attack easily. The disciple says it is surprising that the poisoned man is easily escaping from my attack. After which the crowd gathered there gets very angry and calls them cheaters. Yang Kai understands that this is all their plan. But why are those people doing this? Only then that boy gets very angry and tells that disciple to mind his own business. The disciple proudly says that he is Sumu from High Heaven Pavilion. That boy says that you are the best and the most talented student from High Heaven Pavilion. No wonder that you are this much daring and powerful. Today both of us brothers accept our defeat. But we will definitely meet again. Yang Kai was enjoying listening to their bullshit. Both of the boys start leaving from there. Yang Kai had come to know that they are all together and Sumu is doing this to raise his name. That's why Yang Kai incite the crowd against these two boys. Yang Kai tells Sumu that we should not let these two go like this and catch them together. But Sumu gets very angry after which he sends Sumu to catch those boys. The shop owner tells the crowd to attack and the two of the boys are thrashed very badly. They are about to take Sumu's name but he stops them. Young Kai calls those boys despicable and the servant also calls them lousy men. Young Kai tells Sumu to finish these boys. Everyone gets shocked. Sumu goes to says won't be too much to kill. Young Kai tells that today those people wanted to ruin someone's business. Life could have been ruined. End up saying today we should end them. Sumu tries to dissuade him. The thrashed boys think that if we don't get out of here today, we will drown taking Sumu with us. Young Kai says to Sumu that the culprits will be punished. But you guys sure you don't know each other? Sumu become little nervous but again gain confidence and says to Young Kai, "What is it you are saying?" The shop owner also tries to stop him. Young Kai says then why Sumu is against punishing them. Sumu says I am not panicking but I have not killed anyone before. Young Kai says to do it today. Those boys gets mad and expose Sumu. Sumu calls them liars. That boy gets angry and tells everyone that this was all Sumu's plan so that he could become a hero in front of everyone. Sumu says this is all a lie. That boy says we have done bad things before but we will never spoil anyone's life. He has made us do all this. That boy says we are also coming from the same circumstances. We also know how hard it is to eating 2 times. But this Sumu done this by paying us money. Young Kai asks how much money Sumu gave you guys. The guy says 50 silver. Even the owner gets very angry and says that people like you are a spoil the name of High Heaven Pavilion. Better than you is this young boy Young Kai. People standing there also start calling Sumu a bastard. Sumu gets very angry on Young Kai but calms himself down and asks Young Kai his name. Young Kai says why you don't guess by yourself. Sumu angrily says trial disciple for 3 years. If not today, I will find you and will take revenge. After which he leaves from there and those boys also run away from there quietly. The owner of the shop says to be careful from Sumu as he will definitely take revenge. Young Kai says not to worry that he cannot fight with me like this. After which Young Kai says goodbye to the shop owner and leaves from there. Young Kai brings the rice to his home and is very happy. Young Kai thinks that Sumu would attack him but he didn't because of the rules in High Heaven Pavilion. Student cannot bump into each other and kill unnecessarily. It is a big crime, but still Sumu can challenge him, and his cultivation will be at least at the peak of body tempered. Young Kai didn't have a chance to win in front of him right now, so if he wants to stay alive, he will have to do tremendous training. After the golden skeleton entered his body, the cultivation techniques of High Heaven Pavilion are no longer beneficial to Young Kai. He is only getting benefit from training for half an hour in the morning, that half an hour and nothing all day. While resting at home he remembers about Black Book and sees that it had golden skeleton on the first page, tempered body cultivation techniques on the second page, which can be done with golden skeleton. But he hasn't opened the 3rd page yet. As soon as he does so, he gets an incense burner. It was written in the book that putting herbs in it and burning it with its fragrance gives the cultivator benefit in training. He needs 3-leaf spirit flower and forbidden plant. These are not expensive herbs but to find them is very difficult. Young Kai thinks will these herbs really help him? But he don't have choice other than believe it. Contribution Hall must have these herbs but that old man Meng is stingy. He didn't give so easily and Young Kai doesn't have much contribution point. That's why he himself decides to go to Black Wind Mountains the next morning to bring herbs. Next morning Young Kai does his practice, later cleans Contribution Hall. Treasurer Meng throw a book towards Young Kai in which it was written where to find herbs, after which Young Kai takes leave for 3 days and goes out to pluck herbs. He reaches the Black Wind Mountains and collects some herbs. He was having a lot of trouble collecting herbs. Then he goes a little further and sees the dry place. Only then he finds the forbidden plant. He eats food and sleeps there, wakes up next morning do his practice, and starts walking after eating rice ball. But after a while he feels hungry again, but food could not be found here in the forest. Then he sees smoke coming from somewhere. He thinks in which madman has set the fire on forest, reaches there but then he hears someone's voice. 2 people were about to attack him but Young Kai reveals his identity, and they both stop, after which they all sit near the fire so that they don't get cold. That man tells his name is Jiang Shan. He lives near the hills and he hunts to satisfy his hunger. There is also a wonderful boy with him who is very good at hunting. Young Kai tells them about himself that he is a student of High Heaven Pavilion. That child is also very interested in cultivation but his talent was not good, that's why he came back to his family. Young Kai explains to him that he is alone can also practice. Young Kai was very hungry. They give him food but Young Kai tells them to save their meals in this forest. but those people still give him food, after which he goes to sleep. Young Kai wakes up in the morning and leaves some healing herbs with them, because they always do hunting and might be useful to them one day. Young Kai does some training in the morning, and the tempered body makes a breakthrough in the 5th stage. Young Kai thinks that it's only been a few days since the golden skeleton was found and it has made a breakthrough twice, which is absolutely amazing. He thinks that if practicing only for half an hour is so beneficial, then how much benefit will he get if he will be able to practice for the whole day? He hunts a rabbit for his food. It can be dangerous to go ahead in the forest. Dangerous animals can be found there, so he decides to leave. But then he hears someone scream. To help them, he starts going in that direction. Only then he sees a bow lying on the ground, removes cobwebs from the way, and starts going inside the cave, where there are many people's skeletons were lying. Then he sees Jiang Shan wrapped in a spider's web. After checking that he does breathing, Young Kai get a sigh of relief. Then he opens his eyes and asks Young Kai for help to save his son. Young Kai tries to open the cobwebs, but the cobweb was too strong, so he lost no time and went inside the cave to save his son. As he walks away, Jiang Shan tells him to be alert from the demonic spiders.